All right, everybody, welcome back. We're doing something new today. I am going to challenge myself in a way I have never challenged myself before. I am going to take every single negative trait and see if I can survive a week in Muldra. Now, I am not normally this kind of player. I am typically the player that customizes worlds and gives myself bonus traits and bonus points and a starter kit and multi-hit and all of that. So this is going to be a brand new challenge for me. We're going to see if I can make it a full 7 days. And I will be back to live comment towards the end to let you know if I made it or not. But the initial start of the game is going to be voiceover. We're going with a fitness instructor because I figure the points in running and fitness would be helpful for someone who's starting with every single negative trait in the game. So you will notice that I completely forget to smoke a single cigarette the entire time. Day 1, here we go. We started out pretty lucky spawn in Muldra, to be honest with you. Started in the wealthy suburbs to the north of town. I believe it's the north of town. Yeah, and southeast corner home. Pretty decent start. We're going to start out with your basics. We're going to drop into a crouch. We're going to stay low. We're going to create ourselves a sling bag out of a sheet from one of the curtains, and we're going to gather up every little bit of food and or weaponry and or mental health helpers that we can find, because maintaining our mental health moodles is going to be a little bit of a struggle here. So I immediately drop off the guns and ammo because all they do is take up space and draw the enemies to you. Now I figure I'm starting out both under and overweight, so we'll just go ahead and eat the ice cream, say screw it, who cares? And then move along. Now we're going to go ahead and do a little bit of cooking just to get some stuff taken care of right away. That way I don't have to worry so much about feeding myself for the first day or two anyway. I'll have some prepared grub. Now ideally I'm looking for a weapon, but work boots help. Work boots are actually pretty helpful here. Anything I can get to help out the defenses with the thin skin is going to be a plus. So basically I am going to have to stay at arm's reach from the Zeds pretty much the entire run. So being afraid of blood and afraid of fighting and conspicuous and just holy shit, a baseball bat. That is a nice start. That is a nice start. Do we go ahead and pair it up with the hat as well? I think we should. I've been on a hat kick lately between the pirate hat and the construction hat and the cowboy hat, baseball hat now. Yeah, we'll go baseball hat. I hate that it screws up your long hair when you wear a baseball hat. Like if I put a baseball hat on in real life, my hair's hanging down. You know what I mean? So kind of sucks that your haircut changes when you put a hat on in the game. But I guess you can't ask everything of these guys. It's not a big team, I don't believe. I'm not sure how many people are on Indy Stone's team, if I'm being honest, but I can't imagine it's a big one. Not a lot of bedrooms in Zomboid have TVs, and I would think that more do than don't in the real world, but maybe I'm wrong. I sleep in pitch blackness and like practical like silence, so I'm not a TV in the room kind of guy, but most people I know personally are, or at least I feel like they are. So I don't know. Chime in if you're a TV in the bedroom person. I'm curious. All right. First almost mistake of the game. There was a Zed right outside the front door. Had to shove my way through. But here I go, Poindexter. Got my Adidas pants. Got my baseball hat. Got my reading glasses to counter my lack of sight. Now, I think I could have actually doomed myself a little bit worse if I would have scrolled to the bottom of the negative traits and taken the higher cost ones first and then gone down to the lower cost ones, because I think some of the lower cost ones I took canceled out some of the higher cost ones, and I'm just now realizing that like as I'm editing in the voiceover, so that's not something I'm going to be able to go back and change for this run anyway. Day two, we survived day 1. Mostly cleaned out that initial house and a little bit of the area surrounding it. But hey, we made it to day 2, 5:20 in the morning. Now this guy does not like all the bodies laying around, and he's fiending for a freaking cigarette at this point. But you know, I keep forgetting to give him one. And of course, it's gonna rain. It's gonna rain in June. And that's something that I'm just going to have to deal with as a player character here. This is the first of my many attempts to find a car. Oh, and the coughing starts. And the coughing starts. Almost never catch a cold in the rain with a standard build, but yeah, once the coughing starts, you're usually in a little bit of trouble. So the run may already be the run may already be in trouble on day 2. We have made our way up to Cortman Medical with the cough. I figure it was time to find some medical supplies. We rooted around and found some beta blockers and found some painkillers and found some not antibiotics, some antidepressants. So those are actually pretty helpful for a run like this, where I have all of the negative noodles enacted at all times. Commenter the other day mentioned hating the Moodles. I agree. I still hate them as well, but I've also really stopped noticing them after 250 hours of build 42 at this point. So, like most things that annoy you when they change, you eventually just get accustomed to them and they stop mattering. So, a little bit more exploring of the medical office. I'm looking for antibiotics and, mostly antibiotics, because I think that would help relieve the cold symptoms faster. But I also have to keep an eye on the. I also have to keep an eye on my. Ooh, the sleeping pills are helpful too. That's going to let me sleep through the night a little bit. So, because this guy is already having a little bit of trouble getting a sleep pattern, which you should expect having every single negative trait. So playing this slow is not usually my style. I'm usually a lot more careless. Most viewers have probably noticed that, and I'm usually a lot more confrontational. I'm usually a lot more combative. Every time I swing a bat, that anxiety moodle goes off. So trying not to as much as usual. Although it probably seems like I am a lot. Now here's a fun little break. Sometimes you got to take a mental health break and. Take care of some of your moodles by sitting at a park bench. It's not a park bench so much, but just hanging out for a minute. Sometimes you gotta hang out for a minute. Manage your moodles. Manage your moodles, folks. We'll take some more painkillers, some more beta blockers, and some more antidepressants. I don't know exactly how much they help, to be honest with you. Might be just creating an issue. This is the first of many attempts to get into this little food store. There are a couple more Zeds that I'm willing to do without multi-hit enabled and with my stats as low as they are. Even with a baseball bat, that feels like a non-manageable bunch. These 2 I might be able to handle. 5's a little tough. 5's a little tough for a guy that's... Now see, I got lucky there. I got 2 knockdowns right off the bat. See what I did there? A little wordplay. A little wordplay for my English majors. This is where it starts to get frustrating with the weak characters, with characters that take the weak trait. These guys are on the ground, and I am pummeling them with a baseball bat. And we're on what? I should have counted. But I bet we're at 20. I bet that's a good 20 whacks. 22? 23? Ish? Hard to say. I mean, even with a wiffle ball bat and tired. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're just severely bruised and annoyed at this point. But you would think it'd start splitting the skin, they'd start bleeding out. Regardless, this is one of my issues with runs like that, is you get whipped real quick. So anyway, back to base, back to sleep. See if we can go all night. Not what I'm talking about. And we cannot. So we are not looking at the next day yet. But maybe we can just kind of rest up, relax a little bit, peek around the house, make sure everything's safe, and then try again. I'm going to have to go outside and do a little peekaroo. All right. A little lamplight murder. Never hurting nobody, except maybe the murderees. And possibly the murderer if he gets caught or bit. Because I'll be honest with you, dealing with 3 Zeds in the dark is not ideal. When I was just saying 2 during the day was pretty tough. Now I am rested up at this point. Oh no! Oh shit, did I get a concussion? Oh my god, they knocked my freaking glasses and my hat off. Alright, we gotta go back and look for that. That was a laceration, but I got it bound. And day 3 has rolled around while we're picking up our glasses and our hat. At least we'll be able to see again. least we'll be able to see again. I panicked. I thought I had a concussion at first. I was like, holy shit, is this a new affliction that I wasn't aware of? But no, no. Now we've got some Moodle stuff to take care of, and to be honest with you, day 4's got my guy down a little bit, so we're going to have a pizza pie, maybe do a little reading, kill a little bit of time here. I mean, you know, these pizzas are great. They're humongous amounts of calories, but they're also good for your mood. They make you happy, take away your stress. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. And then, of course, on top of the overdoing it with the beta blockers, the antidepressants, and the painkillers, because, you know, what's a little Zoloft, Xanax, and FET between friends? You know what I mean? I would imagine post-apocalyptic drug abuse would be, like, out of control. It could be like pharmacy, dispensary, grocery store, hardware store would be like your first 4 trips, not necessarily in that order, depending on your needs. Quick little fast-forwarded rummaging through of the food store while it's clear. Make sure we got everything we need. Now that was a little careless of me because I found myself in here. And I know you can get out this back way, but I forgot that that door's locked. And I forgot that I'm extraordinarily sleepy. And when you're sleepy, it doesn't like to let you climb those tall fences sometimes. So, in my panic state, I decide I'm going to wait it out. I decide I'm going to hide in the corner here, speed up time, and see if I can at least get my exhaustion under control. Because I don't want these guys to break the door down with me completely exhausted. So we're going to sit down on the ground, which is another poor choice. So here we go. Here we go. And we are too exhausted for this. So here's the Jesus. I don't know how I got out of that, guys. I'll be honest with you. I thought for sure the run was over. I thought for sure the run was over there. Well, we made it. We made it. I love the mallet. Like, the aesthetic of a mallet is fucking badass. The big old like Looney Tunes style mallet. All right, back to the home base. Gonna get some sleep in. I've been trying to follow your guys' advice and close doors. Everybody gets annoyed when I sleep without closing the doors. I'm gonna go ahead and pill it up a little bit before bed. Might as well. You know, it's the apocalypse. My guy's a absolute mental train wreck, so might as well take what I can take. Survive how we can survive. All right, we gonna get a full night? We're gonna get a full night? Doubtful. Oh no, we did. We did actually. There was a cut, but we got a full night. There was a cut, but we got a full night. So we're back here, a froggy morning. I missed it looks like I missed one of the, looks like I missed a title card, so we're going to be, I missed a title card, so this is day 4. This is day 4. So when we see the day 4, it's going to be the day 5. That's a shame. I might have to go back and edit that. We'll see. If they're correct, I went back and edited. Came back to get the last couple items out of here, and just to kill some time, because, you know, I'm not trying to play ultra risky. That feels silly. Now, potentially trapping myself there again was another classic dumb Tim move, but, you know, classic dumb Tim moves are what they are. Another rainstorm. Rainstorming it at night. Careless. But you gotta check. You gotta make sure you're safe. You gotta make sure there's nobody trying to get in your business. So now we're just gonna sit here and wait until we're sleepy enough and read a few things to deal with some of our moodles. Because managing the moodles is the big one here. And then taking enough pills to go to sleep. Now we're on day 4. Or 5. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. I don't check throughout. Oh, wait, yeah, I do. Do I click over to info here, or do I just keep it on the... Nope, I didn't. I didn't. No way to confirm. No way to know. This is already very highly edited for me, so we're probably not going to go back and change it. Ooh, a duffel. Did not really intend to sneak up on a pair of them up there, but a duffel. That is way better. That is a huge step up from the sling bag. I would have taken a purse or a handbag. I don't like the kids' school backpacks. They're just barely a step up from the... I mean, I take them, but... Alright, sweet. Well, at least now we're a little better prepared. A little better prepared going forward. It's not going to help our immediate survival any, but at least we're better prepared. Let's do a little bit of super fast-forwarded reading and Moodle taken care of. Let's burn our way through day 4 here. Or day 5. 4 or 5. Either way. Either way, we're going to do a couple stat increases. I think it's electrical 1, carpentry 1, and something else. But here we go into day 5. Here we go into day 5. And we're finishing out some reading. Doing some fast-forwarded reading and exploring. And now we're going to check out the... I call it the mansion, but it's not. It's just kind of the bougie 2-story in town. So it's got the wrought iron fence, you know, like that one neighbor in the nice neighborhood that's like a little bit nicer. They want you to think they got a mansion, but it's more just a nice 2-story house with some bougie shit in it. A little gaudy stuff. Now this is like my neighborhood watch moment here, where I'm having a little bit of a pizza pie, checking out things, making sure things are looking good. And we still have one more book to read, so let's go ahead and chew through a little bit of day 5, reading electrical 1. It's not going to hurt anybody. Again, there's no reason to be reckless. You got enough shit to deal with when all of your when your mental health is as bad of a train wreck as this character's is. And let's eat that entire other pizza. Deal with some of that mood shit. See, that made me happy, and it dealt with my immediate hunger needs. So here we are, guys. We have made it to day 6. And I start getting a little reckless on day 6 because I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I need to branch out, explore a little bit more of the town. So we go west until we see a group. Then we go around the neighborhood a little bit instead of staying in the neighborhood. And it backfires pretty spectacularly. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest with you guys, because you're always straight with me in the comments. You point out when I'm being a screw-up. So, and you point out when you can't hear me, and you point out, all that stuff. So, yeah, I'll be honest with you. This is not the best move. Exploring this southwesterly area from the neighborhood that I started in. Thought for sure I had a little coupe here. I was just going to cruise around town. I was basically going to ride out the last day just driving. But, no. Now, that head injury is a funny one, because I didn't have a head injury. I had an upper torso, a lower torso, and a hand injury, and I removed all 3 bandages while I was sitting in bed, and I took my hat off and got scratched on the head. So that's why I had a Band-Aid on my head there. So we were checking out Cortman Medical one last time, doing one last little loop around the block, just kind of doing a little, community cleanup, as I like to call it, bringing out your dead. Ooh. And I like this hat. I'm not going to lie. I like those black Stetson-style hats, those cowboy hats. They don't work on me in real life. Like, doesn't fit. Not a country boy. But yeah, I like the way it looks on my dude. Looking pretty sharp there. Proud of you, man. I thought I had a handle on a fire truck here for a second too, but it won't even let me get in it. It is 100% busted. Like 100% busted. You don't see full red very often. Full red. So guys, this has been a lot of fun. This has been an entirely new way to play, and oh geez. I decided that I was going to deal with fucking safe house. And I don't think it's actually a safe house. I think it's a gang house that actually doesn't really have dick squat in it. But this was where I absolutely panicked. Absolutely panicked. And then, dumb as always, let's check it out. Might have a bunch of shit in there. You never know. Like 12 hours away, damn near gets swallowed up inside that trap house. Whew. Reckless. Like absolutely boldly reckless. I always joke that crowd management's one of my favorite things, but oh man, when you're on the last 15 minutes of a challenge, bad news bears. Bad news bears. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pill ourselves up, sleep off that last night. Go on into our final moments. So yeah, this has been a really exciting one. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Whether we survive or not, I enjoyed the hell out of it. And I'm going to go live here in just a few seconds and wrap up the last of it. Well, guys, welcome to the end of my Can I Survive a Week with every single negative trait. Thin skin, disorganized, restless sleeper, slow learner, fear of blood, short of breath, agoraphobic, conspicuous, all thumbs, weak stomach, slow healer, sleepy head, reluctant fighter, prone to illness, hearty appetite, hard of hearing, clumsy, cowardly, fast metabolism, short-sighted, slow reader, smoker, high thirst, Sunday driver, weak, and nutritionist. No wonder I've been freaking out. I haven't had a cigarette the entire week, even though I'm a smoker. That was the one negative trait that I forgot to deal with. So here we are. 3 more hours and 10 minutes in-game until we reach that sweet week. Now, I took a lot of pills this week. In-game algorithm, in-game. Took a lot of those pills. And that's what got me through it. That's what got my character through it. Algorithm, that's what got my character through it. So here we go. Let's see. We started out in Muldrop. We didn't go far. But in a week, can't really expect to go too far. Didn't find a vehicle. I found 1 set of keys to a vehicle, but no vehicle. Let's see where the map's at. See where we explored. We explored a fair section. Got a little spooky over in this area. Got a little spooky over here. And got a little spooky down here, too. But you know what? We made it. Oh. Got ourselves a last-minute kill to make. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, this has been fun. I read a lot of paperbacks. I washed myself and my clothing quite a few times. I took 3 and 4 hour naps rather than full nights of sleep because this character could not get a full night's sleep to save his life. Found a whole bunch of keychains, but no keys. Some work boots, some leather coat, some leather gloves, sweet cowboy hat for the aesthetic. So yeah, this turned into a pretty decent run. Found the baseball bat. I was getting ready to use a shovel, but I found the baseball bat. I used a steel bar for most of the run. I do have that wood mallet too, which I like. Mostly for the aesthetic. It's got that big old club head. Ran into a few issues trying to get into this food mart a couple of different times. But it did the trick. So this was a lot of fun, guys. Let me know in the comments, like and sub, and leave a comment if you'd like me to keep going with this character and see how long we can go. I will probably do week-to-week videos if I do continue this series, and it'll be much more curated than my usual stuff. I will cut it down quite a bit the way I've cut this one down, with voiceover for a majority of it, and then I'll live talk the end like I'm doing this one. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. A whole different way of playing. Having to spend a lot of time dodging and avoiding instead of actually fighting. Had to be very careful about my resting. 66 kills. That's a fair amount, actually. A fair amount for as much as it felt like I was avoiding. So yeah. 1 hour and 20 more minutes in game until we get where we need to be, and then. My 100-day challenge failed, guys. I don't know if the last episode of that has been published yet or not, and I didn't even get the ending recorded. I wasn't even recording the when my character died, which is so stupid of me. But I was looking for a sledge. I was just driving around Brandenburg looking for a sledge, thinking I may run into some sort of like vehicle event or find a warehouse or something that had one, and. Sure as shit, I went down an alley in my van and got clogged up with Zeds and couldn't keep walking. And when I climbed out, I died. So yeah, I didn't quite make it for the 100 days. I did survive 7 days with every negative trait, though. So I appreciate you guys coming by. Thanks for joining me. You know the drill. Like and sub. Leave me a comment. I appreciate the interactions. Take care.